Kevin Malone. E, but you don't pronounce the E. Folks, this is you're only getting this here. You're only getting this baby here. Oh, thank fucking God. Because that should have been a start over regardless. All right, Matthew. So where should we start? Do you want to talk about the quesarito?
No.
Your beloved quesarito?
But I'm going to be hungry now because we're talking quesarito early in the
You're
epi.
mainly talking quesarito.
Yeah, I was talking quesarito. No, I mean, I got nothing to say about I have one thing to say about the quesarito.
Of course. Cut to 25 minutes later.
The worst
Might as well just
decision,
write
dude,
down to call this episode
Taco Bell,
quesarito because we know this is what the show's going to be.
Taco Bell did this thing.
Okay, yep.
And it went under the radar to a lot of people, but it should not have, and it will not go under the radar. So I got to sit up in my chair. Oh,
yeah, now you're speaking on something important.
Well, I had to make sure my head was in view.
Yeah.
Emily worked so hard to get the camera set up to where I wasn't going to sit as usual. But now I'm perfect. Now I'm dead center.
Yeah, now you look great.
I'm doing the episode.
Chicky nuggies, please.
I'm doing the episode from down low, baby. Getting down low today. I wish this went smaller. I'd go just head. Can we get a chair?
Is that as small as your? Is that as low as your goes?
You got to go there. It's not as fun when you're down here.
Well, now we're both like this.
Andy, please.
Matthew.
It's like when I order something at a restaurant and then you order.
That's not what happens, though. That's not what happens, though. You just get mad at it. No, because that's not.
Dude,
this is me.
Bullshit,
this is me
dude.
copying you. This is me copying you. That's not me copying you. That's just our what we want that day happens to be the same thing.
Because this is the worst. I guarantee you that people will agree with me. There's nothing worse than when you're on page 7
Don't touch that,
or
Emily.
8.
Don't you dare lower my camera. Don't you dare lower my frame.
You are when you're just grinding through a menu. Like, dude, I'm gonna find the best possible order on this menu. Like, I'm gonna concoct something unbelievable. You keep it a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Waitress comes around. Gets your order, and then the person next to you is like, I'm actually going to do the same exact thing. I fucking hate when people order the same shit as me, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the way I've always seen it is like you get mad when you have to order the same thing that I just ordered. That's what I've seen upset you.
Oh, okay. So that also is annoying, but
it's the flip side.
That's even more. That's even worse when it is public knowledge. Oh, what are you getting? Oh, I'm getting this. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm gonna get that. No, you can't.
No.
That's not how
Okay,
it works.
sure, but that's all. That's
and
not
then
even
you
what I'm
order
talking
first,
about.
and then it's like now it seems like I'm copying you.
Right. Which that's all. Again, I mean that's really
BS,
more. That's
dude.
more
I'm
about
original.
You. It's more about you than anything else. Also, if you're looking through the menu trying to find the best thing, the people at your table are looking through the same fucking menu. So if there's one thing that's like, oh, this is the best thing, why it makes so much sense that other people would order it.
Yeah, but it was my idea. I want to put intellectual property.
It was the chef's idea to put it on there in the
IP
first place.
law on ordering food.
I'm sorry, pal, but that's not going to pass.
Yeah,
that's just not going to get
I'm
through.
gonna create it. Bird law. I'm going to create a new segment of the law
called bird law.
That was a It's Always Sunny reference.
Got it.
You're not familiar?
No. There's a lot of that show that I haven't seen. There's been so many seasons. I think I only watched like the first
phase. I don't know if
it,
I think it happens in multiple episodes, or maybe I just really is in my mind from one specific episode. But like, you know how Charlie, for whatever reason, always is their lawyer,
the legal guy,
their legal expert. Yeah, but he never says anything correctly, and he always says, he mostly studied bird law. That's why. Yeah.
I was just watching. Actually, I meant to talk about this last week.
So back to what I was going to say about the quesarito.
Oh yes, please. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. You go.
Oh, okay. I think I might be in love with Wayne Gretzky. I saw him on the Chicklets podcast. I saw some clips of it, and I was like, "Holy smokes, this guy! He seems like the nicest guy ever."
I don't know. I'm going to look it up. I'm not even going to look, dude. This is a free ad to somebody, but there's a video on YouTube called Wayne Gretzky Goldfinger, and I used to watch it every day because it was so funny at the time. But it's a guy, like a Canadian guy, who writes a song about Wayne Gretzky, and I'll do a little remedy for it. But the hook is pretty much Wayne Gretzky, the only man I'd have sex with, Wayne Gretzky. I'd like to get intimate with. I wonder what it would be like to have sex with the league's leading scorer. I wonder what it would be like to have sex with the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And that's like it's just
I remember you playing that
unbelievable video.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky Goldfinger.
And
one of my favorite songs.
I totally understand what he means because he was on there and he's talking about not just like, I mean, it was a great story when he invited the Russian guys over and like snuck him a beer.
Yeah, his dad's basement.
Terrific story. But also just him talking about his dad in general and like their conversations. Like he seems kind of like, well, that's not true. Well, I was going to say the Larry Bird of hockey, but that's not true because Larry Bird was like kind of shitty, and Wayne Gretzky just seems like the most wholesome man alive.
Well,
so
he
nice.
has such an interesting like he. People say he saved hockey, right?
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, like they say, like he's the only reason that it's a major force sport now, because he was so famous. He was like the first hockey player to ever be like a superstar. You know what I mean? And so that's why they traded him to L.A.
Got it.
I mean, not exactly. Like, he was going to get traded somewhere to grow the game, and he kind of chose L.A. But, like, then when he got to L.A., he was like, he was a A-list celebrity in L.A., and there's no hockey players that were A-list celebrities at that point in time because he was the greatest hockey player of all time. And, like, everybody loved him because he was a guy's guy. You know what I mean? Like, he loved to sit around and have beers and, like, just, chop it up with the fellas, as they say. And so when he was telling that story about the Russians that was in his dad's basement, like his dad was super, super famous, like in terms of being like a mayor of the game, or we'll say, like he just
like
everybody
after Gretzky
knew him.
Got in the league.
No, even when Gretzky was young.
Okay,
because like Wayne Gretzky was famous since he was like 11 years old. Like he was going to be. He was because
he was just that good at hockey back then.
Like at least in Canada, like he was.
Sure.
Everybody knew who he was from the time he was like that young. And his dad just did a lot in like their community with like youth hockey and stuff like that. And it just so everybody in the town knew his dad. His dad was like his dad passed away since then, but so there's a lot of stories about being in his dad's basement. And so actually for the All-Star game in Toronto this year, they talked about this on that episode of Chicklets with him. They haven't announced, I don't think, where it's going to be yet, but they're like building a set pretty much that is his dad's basement.
Wow.
For him to like have like NHLers by, and like I don't know if they're going to do, he doesn't have a podcast or anything. I don't know if maybe it has something to do with TNT and they're going to like air it.
Sure.
Like, or what.
Yeah, they've done some stuff like that. Like Kevin Garnett had his own like little kind of segment inside the TNT broadcasts where like they had his own little studio and stuff, however he wanted,
but they're just doing it for the All-Star game. Like they're building it in Toronto.
Just for the All-Star game.
They're building it somewhere in Toronto.
Okay.
And people are going to be able to go.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I met him once.
Yeah, I know. I remember that picture.
Yeah.
In the back, like, hey.
No, I'm next to him.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't remember that picture.
Arm around him.
Whoa, you touched him?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had flip-flops on.
God damn it, this guy is a cool. I fucking love this guy.
Jeans, a quarter zip, and flip-flops. Middle of summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love him even more. It's even more amazing how down to earth he seems, being that he was that famous since he was 11 years old.
He's talked about it a lot, and actually this was like part of when I met him. There's a hockey camp, the Gretzky Hockey School, and his sons run it. And there was like, I didn't get this story directly, but there was like conversations of like, it was hard. Like he for a while, like this was pre-TNT too. I feel like that's brought him out of his shell a lot. But he was saying like it was very difficult because he couldn't go anywhere. Like, because he's the most famous person in Canada.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
But
Justin Trudeau in or out of blackface, maybe.
Yeah.
For second or third there.
But like his whole life, he couldn't go anywhere after his playing career. So he just, he had like, social anxiety because of it and stuff like that. So I feel like now he's just like enjoying himself.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Man, he seems so cool. Yeah, and you know me, I've never been a big hockey guy, but I saw a handful of those clips. And I was kind of waiting for like, okay, one of these is gonna bore me, you know, I'm gonna move on or whatever. But nope,
he's a great storyteller.
Totally
all those old hockey guys are good storytellers.
Yeah,
yeah, and they have good stories to tell.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah,
it was all different back then. Now when you're Wayne Gretzky. I like that a lot.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, the real Wayne Gretzky. Please stand up. But when your dad is Wayne Gretzky, there's got to be a point in your life, because obviously his sons are not as famous as he is, but they are hockey players. There's got to be a point. Like, what's that point where you're like, you got to let it go?
I don't actually know how much his kids actually played competitive hockey. I mean, I could probably look it up. Like, I don't know, like, if they ever really
that might honestly be the way to go in that situation. Like, because what I was getting at was like, at what point in your life do you just kind of realize you have to let go of that pressure, that, you know, the chances of you being as good as your parent, a true legend, are just fully impossible. Like, when do you let that go? But maybe that might be the way to do it, is to just completely, forge your own path, not go down the same path
it looks
at all.
Like he played at, I mean, this is a long time ago, obviously. He's older now, but he played at Shattuck St. Mary's, which is like the best prep school in the country. It's where Sidney Crosby went to school, too.
Is Sidney Crosby still in the NHL?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yep.
I was just thinking that the other day. I could not remember. Because I was trying to think of, like, how many NHL players I could name, like, current ones. And I think...
See if you can get to 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. I think I could get to 5, actually.
All right, let's hear it.
Ovechkin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to name the big ones, obviously.
Yeah.
Is Patrick Kane still plays, right?
Patrick Kane.
Okay, see, that was, yeah.
Okay.
Sidney Crosby. Both of those two, I was like...
That's 3. You're
50-50. Tage Thompson?
Tage Thompson, Buffalo Sabre. Yep. Young gun.
And, is Jerome McGinley still playing? Fuck.
No.
Damn it. I love that guy. I might as well have just said Mike Madonna.
Yeah.
Is it Mike Madonna or Madonna?
Mike Madonna.
Yeah. God damn it. An absolute cheat code in backyard hockey. I would always pick him first. He was the best. Yeah, Jerome McGinley was pretty sick too. Jerome McGinley.
So you got to 4. You're going to tap at 4?
Let me see if I can get one. Dude, I can't think of any name. Stainhouse.
No.
I mean, that was a Bandits player.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe I don't know, maybe I'd trip into that one.
You were really close though.
I know. I feel like there's one. I know there's a guy on the Sabres whose name starts with an S. I've seen him score goals, but I don't know. I just can't.
And there's actually
Steinbeck.
No. But you're here. Go back to Stainhouse.
Don't.
No. There's somebody that has the exact same name of a Bandits player from that era.
Tavares. Tavares.
First name? Can we get the first
name?
Johnny? Johnny Tavares.
Is a current NHL player?
Yeah, it's his nephew.
Damn. That's a guy who I would like to meet. Is the not him, but like the real Johnny Tavares. No offense. Hey, come on. We all know.
Yeah.
We all know he's the man.
Yeah, we'll look at their career earnings and we'll see which one's the real John Tavares.
Fair enough, baby.
Yeah. But John Tavares is like the greatest lacrosse player of all time, supposedly.
Yeah.
I don't have the history books on lacrosse.
Yeah, we're not too familiar, but we'll take everybody's word for it. Everybody seems to kind of agree on that.
Whose house?
Tavares.
Stainhouse.
God damn it, those games are the best.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in a while.
Folks, we did it. We made it through another holiday season, all right? So why not take a break? Why not relax a little bit? Why not get some things off your plate? And instead of rushing out to the grocery store trying to get all these errands done, just use Instacart. Because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but you can actually also get some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. All right, so no more waiting in those long grocery store lines. No more trying to navigate that parking lot. No more wandering through the aisles. Oh, where's this thing? Where's that? Oh, can anybody help me? No, because nobody works here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, forget all that. Okay, you don't need it anymore because now you've got Instacart in your life. And the best part is right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10 and Instacart will deliver whatever it is you're looking for. No delivery fee. Boom, right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. All you have have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description and start making things a little easier on yourself by using Instacart today. Folks, a great way to support the show is to actually do something nice for yourself and check out all the great merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves, all the great clothing. Okay, and also top quality, by the way. This is not that, Gildan brand or whatever. We would not cheap out on you in this instance, especially when it comes to those t-shirts, baby, because I love the tri-blend material, all right? It's Target quality. Where else are you getting that? The answer is nowhere except at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. We've got all kinds of stuff on there, not just for this show, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the other two podcasts that we produce right here. And, of course, there's all kinds of really great accessories, pint glasses, bucket hats, slides, notebooks, fanny packs, all kinds of great stuff that you are looking for. So just hit the link in this episode description. Go check it out for yourself. Again, that's snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Folks, if you haven't yet, don't forget to check out the all-new Patreon page. It's patreon.com/snackspot. Link is obviously going to be in this episode description as well as in our Instagram bio at 2 in the Cooler. Right now, we've got the Captions On podcast up there where we're going through all the Disney Channel original movies. My God, it's ups and downs. It's a roller coaster ride, folks, and it's a roller coaster ride that you're gonna want to be in on. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter, because the best part is right now the Patreon is only $3 a month. You're getting that podcast and a lot more exclusive content that is yet to come. So again, check that out. Patreon.com/snackspot. Hit the link in the episode description. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin' or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce over here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond, okay? The effectiveness of podcast advertising continues to surprise me. Forbes has said that it's up to 19% effective. A lot of it is because I think these things are host-read, and it's different than the more traditional commercials and things that people are used to seeing on TV. But it seems to work, which is why you've got these big companies like McDonald's, State Farms, NASCAR, all advertising on podcasts, all moving into that space and away from, more traditional stuff like TV, commercials, and things like that, whatever. And it's kind of cool. It definitely says a lot because these companies are obviously so massive and their advertising budgets are huge. They're doing spots on like the Super Bowl and things like that. But the problem is there really isn't any space for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action, to see how beneficial and how effective this podcast advertising stuff really is. But that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. This is kind of a dumb thought, but I did have it.
Bring them on, brother. You were looking at a body built of them.
Wouldn't it be... God, I must have been high or something when I wrote this down. But you know how there was like the Spanish flu? And obviously we had COVID, which is like our Spanish flu. You remember how like, the Lakers won the NBA championship that year, like in the bubble, and people were like fake COVID, championship, COVID championship.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse championship.
Mickey Mouse, yeah. Do you
is.
think anybody did that with like Spanish flu? Like doesn't count. Spanish flu championship doesn't fake championship. It's a Spanish flu.
When was the Spanish flu?
It was like 1918. So there was no basketball. Well, black people weren't allowed in the country, I think, at that point. But so maybe it would have just had to have been for baseball, which I think even at that point, 1918, that might have still been the era of baseball where like the professional baseball players are also like fishermen or whatever. They like work at the fish markets.
Yeah,
that might have been around that time.
I think there was hockey being played. The Montreal Canadiens probably won a Stanley Cup that year.
What? That's how long the NHL's been around?
Yeah, kind of.
Or like a version of it?
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens, I'll tell you.
Jesus Christ. Was there football back then?
No. Football wasn't even invented. Actually, I don't know if that's
I
true.
think it was, because Teddy Roosevelt played football. When was he? But that was the 1800s, though, wasn't it?
I don't fucking know, dude. You're asking the wrong guy. 1909 is when the NHL started.
Cool.
No, sorry. 1917 was when the NHL.
Ooh, just in time.
Yeah.
Just in time for the Spanish flu to come in.
And they have, like, the Montreal Canadiens have the most Stanley Cups in NHL history. And the number's crazy.
What is it, like 30?
I think it's 27, 24.
Wow.
But like some of them are like they're all. I wonder if they have the list of years.
You know, that's something that I've never heard anyone sort of pontificate on before in terms of like time travel. You know, when people talk about time travel, it's always like, oh, you know, either I'll go see this or like I'll use technology to become rich or something, or you know, I'll use like in Back to the Future 2 where he's got the sports almanac, he uses it to like bet on games because he knows the outcome already. I've never heard someone use the idea like I'm going to go back in time and play hockey in fucking the 1920s and just become one of the greatest hockey players of all time. I've never heard somebody think of that idea with time travel before. So if anybody's got a time machine out there, feel free to take that. Not a bad plan.
Why can I not look at? Oh, here we go. Oh, see, yeah, see this doesn't count. Oh yeah, here we go. Like 1916. I want a full list because they're all super old.
Yeah. That's how you know. Interesting.
But, like, nobody's even close. The next closest team has 13.
Wow, that's still a lot, though. I guess.
And that this one doesn't even count that 1917 one. 1919, 1924, 25, 30, 31, 44, 46, 53, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 65, 66,
Jesus.
68, 69, 71, 73, 76, 77, 78, 79, 86, 93 was their last one.
Oh, my God. So if you were, who's this again, the Canadians?
Yeah.
If you were a Canadians fan way back in the day.
If you were born in like 1920.
Oh, my God. It'd be like if you lose a championship, it's like, well, we'll win the next 2.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess this wasn't our year, but the next 2 years will be. That's crazy because most of those were, like, back-to-back.
They were running amok back when there was 6 teams. Well, it really was mostly when there were 6 teams, and then as they started to order,
that's funny.
As they started to order more, they started to add more. Yeah. Back to the quesarito though.
Okay.
So what Taco Bell did, and see, this is the problem: is some Taco Bells I don't think abide by this rule, but some still do. They took their best menu item, the quesarito, and they made it mobile order only.
I've heard about this,
and I don't know why they would do that. But like so whenever I go to a Taco Bell, I order a quesarito. And it's like a crapshoot. Sometimes they're like, yeah, no problem. Oh. And sometimes they're like, those are mobile order only, sorry.
Which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That also drives me nuts. Like I've worked for fast food and I've worked for like fast food chains, right? And I just can't, the idea of somebody coming up to you and like, you know, they've got all the ingredients. They're making it. They're literally making it for other people who are just gonna, you know, drive away with it, I guess. But like refusing to do that for somebody because you know it's against the Taco Bell code of conduct or whatever will have you.
Yeah, and like it's not even that complicated.
That's what's wrong. That's what.
Like I don't understand why it's mobile order only.
I mean, maybe they did it because it's their most popular and they want to boost up those mobile orders and stuff like that.
That's stupid.
I don't know, dude. That's
because you could guess what?
That's Taco Bell business.
Guess what, Andy? You could still have it on both. It's not like you couldn't offer it on the mobile app if you sold it in stores. You could have it both ways.
Yeah, sure. But
at Taco Bell, have it your way.
Unless you want a quesarito.
Hola.
Hola. Yeah, there you go. God, how do we finish off this song? This song is good, but it needs just a little something. Yeah. They bring in you know, John
Is there
Williams.
A small Spanish-speaking dog anywhere? No? Just don't hola in
Shit,
there.
We're out of luck. Yeah. Damn, I forgot
that passed away, R.I.P.
Oh, my God. Of course it did. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Shout out to Beverly Hills, Chihuahua.
Dairy Queen did that shit too. I mean, I know I've gave my piece on Dairy Queen.
They did some
fucking
mobile
Warren
order
Buffett
thing.
Fucking me.
Warren Buffett owns Dairy Queen?
Yeah. Want to know why he bought it?
Because he likes dilly bars, right?
Because he loves ice cream.
Okay, so he bought Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd do that if I liked ice cream. I'd probably buy.
If I had the money, I would buy Dairy Queen, and the first thing I would do is bring back.
Hold on. Go to camera. Give your campaign speech to be president of Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen sales would go through the roof, strictly based off me. And the first thing I would do is bring back the brownie batter blizzard, the greatest ice cream invention of all time.
What year did they get rid of it?
It was only available for one single summer.
The summer of what?
69? I don't know. No, I don't know. 2 summers ago.
Okay, I was just trying to match it up because I feel like there could be a direct correlation between the removal of the brownie batter blizzard from the menu and the COVID pandemic and like everything else.
No, I think it was like.
I think that's what Israel and Hamas are fighting about. They're not going to stop the bombing until we get the brownie batter blizzard back.
I'm not kidding you.
It's kosher.
It's kosher.
That's what it says on the bottom
peace.
of the.
Yeah, it's kosher.
Brownie batter
that
blizzard.
shit ain't kosher, and that's why I love it. They be mixing shit. They got shit touching.
Yeah. Not like pork products, though.
Maybe.
I guess that's true. We don't know. We don't know what makes up that batter.
Yeah, we don't know what's in that custard.
That's true. Could be anything.
But dude,
only
this
Warren
blizzard,
Buffett knows.
Andy.
Yeah.
It is the greatest thing of all time. That and, dude, I got another food item. Now, I know you said I was going to get into food talk, and here I go. Mm-hmm. They used to have a Cinnabon in the Niagara Falls Outlet Mall.
Yep.
And I never really was a Cinnabon guy before that, but they had this thing called Center of the Roll. Have I talked about this on here before?
I believe so, because I know I've heard about it.
Dude.
So I probably heard about it from you.
Like, talk about a dessert, dude.
Yeah.
This thing was the epitome of desserts. Like, it was, because they made a dessert where they took the cinnamon rolls are delicious, but oftentimes, like, there's only like a few really good bites. Like, I don't know if you eat like this, but like I'm always eating to set myself up for the best bites possible.
Agreed, of course.
Right? So like you're eating around the edge of something or whatever it may be to get to the center. The center of a cinnamon roll is by far the best part, but it's a very small portion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one biter because you don't want to split that into 2 bites because then they're 2 not full-size bites. So you have to go one massive bite, but you only get to enjoy it once. They came out with a creation where they pretty much just it was literally like the muffin top thing. Like I think they were just pulling the center of the rolls out of Cinnabons and like when they're all gooey and warm and then putting them all in a bowl and just dumping like a more than normal amount of the glaze, the cinnamon bun glaze on top of it, and it just came in a bowl of like shredded up middles, and it was like gooey, and you just ate it with a fork. Dude, it was fucking delicious.
That sounds pretty gross.
It was very sugary.
I'm sure it was. Dude, it was tasty.
Nah, because you used to think Famous Bowls were gross, and that shit slaps.
Well, I still do, because they are.
So then they removed the Cinnabon from the mall. It's no longer there.
Yeah.
Get Fried, I believe, is what overtook it. And I don't even know if that's there anymore.
I don't believe so.
So I'm walking through the airport the other day. I see a sign, Cinnabon, this way. And I'm like, I got to peel off, everybody. Like, I'm going to the Cinnabon. I haven't been to a Cinnabon in so long. I'm getting a center of the roll. I deserve it. It was right before the holidays. They don't sell the center of the roll anymore.
Yeah. For health reasons, dude. They legally aren't allowed to anymore.
Probably, but listen. By golly, the center of the roll was so good, dude. This is the problem. No more. This is why there's so much hate in this world. No more brownie batter blizzard and no more center of the roll.
That very well could be. Very well could be. Everybody's blood sugar is just too low.
You got people thinking that the Famous Bowl is gross.
Yeah.
Honestly, perfect day.
Oh, no.
Center of the roll for breakfast. Famous Bowl for lunch and dinner. Brownie batter blizzard for dessert. Key to success. Michael Jordan.
Key to success. What? Key to success for the 1 week of your life that is remaining with a diet like that. That's a key to success.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I could never do that, but
you want to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Start taking Ozempic and eating like that.
Boom.
I'd be set.
Well, should we talk about the Epstein list?
I haven't actually seen it. Like I feel like none of it's actually been.
I don't
think. See, that's the thing is I don't think you can just trust. Although I see a lot of Stephen Hawking humor.
Yeah, because he was. That's yes. I don't know if the full list that they said was going to be there.
Nah, people kept getting redacted and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know how you get yourself redacted, but
I heard only 3 names were going to be redacted from the full list that they were releasing.
Did you see the list?
No, I haven't seen
That's
the
what
list.
I'm saying.
I'm not even positive that it's fully out
I think they just
yet.
keep talking about the list.
I think it might be out though. I just haven't checked it out. Or they're doing like a slow, like a what do you call it? A soft opening for the list where they're like Stephen Hawking, David Copperfield, and like we'll let you know everybody else. Stephen Hawking has been the big one because a lot of people didn't know that he was like real.
Midgets? Oh shoot! I think that's an improper term.
Yeah, but I mean,
but
that's probably what he called them. But he was a real, like pervy guy, people. You know, like he spent a lot. He was
typing some nasty on that keyboard.
Dude, yes, that the fucking keys were sticky, brother. Let me tell you that. So ALS must not affect your penis. I just kind of assumed it was, but because what I'm telling you is he loved strip clubs. Stephen Hawking loved the strip club. He'd go there all the time. He left his first wife. I don't think so.
I mean, okay, keep going.
He left his first wife for his nurse, and then I believe he cheated on her like a bunch. That might not be true. But yeah, he loved going to the strip club and stuff. So when I saw that he was heading to Epstein's Island, I was like, okay, par for the course, I guess.
How is he cheating on the woman that's his nurse that's taking care of him?
Listen.
Like, hey, can you drop me off at a buddy's house and pick me up in 2 hours?
Yeah, maybe. Or it's that thing of like, you know, Bill Cosby and his wife had it where it was kind of like, oh, do you like your lifestyle? You like the way you're living right now? Can you, man? You bitch. You do what I tell you, bitch. You like that Coach bag, bitch? Who do you think got that for you? You want those bags to keep coming? Then shut your whole mouth. Bitch.
You think that's how Stephen Hawking was talking to his
Pick up my hand and slap yourself with it, bitch. Don't make me tell you to pick up my hand and slap you with it. I would pimp slap you, but I physically cannot. I know you don't want to laugh at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Not
a bad bit.
It's okay.
It's not the best I've ever seen.
Workshopping it.
Yeah.
It was funnier in my head.
It could go somewhere.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
It's not there yet.
Pimp Stephen Hawking, you better have my money. I don't know if I could really do the voice anyways. Because that when I said that got a little, it was a little Italian. Yeah.
Which is on par with
Stephen Hawking. You know what I mean?
No, see, that was even worse.
Stephen Hawking.
No Italian Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. Hawking Alfredo.
Yeah.
It's just macaroni and cheese, but he likes to call it Hawking Alfredo.
Stephen Hawking played by Alfred. What's his name?
Michael Caine.
Yeah. Stephen Hawking played by Michael Caine.
But he then it would still be give me my money, bitch, because he'd have to use a thing. He wouldn't be able to do his Michael Caine voice.
Michael Caine's voice was the thing.
The world began with a big bang, and that is what I'm gonna do when I
Honestly,
land when this plane lands on Epstein's Island.
It's the same as Good Will Hunting, Michael Caine. You know how fucking easy this is for me?
Yeah. It's the same.
Yeah.
With the black holes.
Yeah.
Do you know how fucking easy this is for me?
Yeah.
My father laid brick. I think every person that we talk about from now on, we're just gonna put them in that movie. That's what we done been doing. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby.
Yeah, don't break it.
If it ain't broke, don't break it.
That's what I like to say.
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes. Gotta have me my boats and hoes. Just more Pimp Stephen Hawking. Working on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take the wind out of your sails.
I'm not a big Stephen Hawking guy. I mean, I guess nobody is anymore, but
I don't know. I read his books, and they were pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about like this Epstein list is, again, I don't know how much of it they've actually put out now, but I feel like we were all kind of assuming, you know, that like, yeah, sure, celebrities would be on it, but I think the real juice would be like politicians and stuff, right? Certain corporate or world leaders. Yeah, me too. But it seems like, regardless of if those people have been released yet, that the only ones anybody's talking about are the celebrities, which I guess it's like.
I think the politicians are the ones that are getting their names redacted.
I don't think all of them, though. We must. I mean, I guess we just don't know enough about this.
It's hard to tell because I see reports all the time that's like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and Michelle Obama are on the list.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know if whoever's saying
Big
that.
Mike then scribbled down Michelle Obama.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even if we do get
Corey
big names
was on the list.
What?
Corey
from
Corey's in the House.
That would be heartbreaking. You think Corey in the House was on the Epstein logs?
He was living in the White House, running amok around there.
That's true.
I think he had to found his way on that plane. Like, there's probably an episode that never aired of him accidentally sneaking onto Epstein's plane when it came to pick up the president.
Yeah. He's like, my dad, because his dad was the chef.
Yeah.
He's like, my dad made a cake for the president. He accidentally, his friend accidentally eats the whole thing or something. Like, we got to get a replacement cake onto Air Force One.
Yeah.
And the president walks on. He's like, Jeff, wait till you try this cake. God, Disney Channel really went for it back in the day.
Yeah.
You should give Jerry Dunn a call, see if he remembers. What was the production design for the Epstein's plane?
Epstein's plane, yeah.
Well, we put a lot of feather boas up because that was just what we were, with the popularity of Hannah Montana, that's what we were doing at the time.
And it turns out it played perfectly.
The kids loved it.
Yeah.
Corey.
Yeah, we actually didn't even have to build a set for that when we shot it live on site. Yeah.
Wow, on Epstein's plane, on location.
Yeah. On the island.
Man. Yep, I remember when I went to the Virgin Islands, whenever that was, going on some boat tour.
You saw it?
No, but so here's what happened. We're going on this boat tour, and we're just kind of sitting around, and our dad's, looking out the window, and he goes, "It's out there somewhere." And I'm like, "What is?" And he goes, "Epstein's Island." I'm like, "Oh, shit, yeah,
Is that where it is?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's still for sale, I believe. Let's look that up now.
No, I don't think it's for sale.
No, it was for sale.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because somebody would have bought it.
I mean, would you buy a fucking child molested?
No, but that's
ghosts?
why somebody would have bought it to like explore it and try to unlock the secrets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because people have, it's under security because people have snuck onto it. And tried to YouTube themselves. There's a guy on TikTok who went there via jet ski, and
nice.
climbed up the side of it, and got onto the.
Oh, somebody did buy. I guess there's two islands. Epstein owns two islands.
Jeffrey
Epstein owns two islands. So somebody bought them, and they're turning them into resorts. They're gonna be private resort islands.
He had two islands.
Apparently.
Yeah. One was for the people who weren't down. If they if he was throwing out feelers on the
flight
there, he flew him to the other island.
Just like a picture of fucking JTT from one of the Home Improvement kids. Okay. Now,
take a left. Two, please, sir.
Take island 2. Yeah, because island 1 is obviously.
Obviously.
That's where it goes down. That's a big
Jeffrey.
boy. That's a big boy island.
Yeah. And then he got murdered by Hillary.
And, now we're just fully going in on.
And now we'll never know about the list.
Yeah. Well.
I mean,
what's the difference? I mean, it's not going to make a difference, dude. That's the whole point.
I think. Yeah. No, but I do think that other people in Hollywood and stuff like that are big time fucking release the list
sure,
because we don't want you know what I mean to be grouped in with these people.
Yeah.
So I could see
sure,
makes sense.
We'll see. I was reflecting on our episode from 2 weeks ago or whatever because I was talking about.
When we recorded on Saturday.
Yes, and I was talking about when I grew into my body and stuff. Remember, oh my God, what I mean is coordination wise,
athletically,
right?
Yeah.
And what I realized is that like I wasn't that athletic. It's just I started at such a low point that by the time I even just like learned how to function,
that day
it was like
football, when
I'm the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Somebody threw you one and you caught it.
Oh my God, that was I got a touchdown. It was truly incredible. And the best part of it was like, the other guys don't think I'm gonna catch it. I didn't think I was gonna catch it.
Yeah,
but then I did, and I was just
for 6.
Yep.
That's big.
And I've been a big ass. I've been a jock ever since, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just kind of the lifestyle
There's one thing I know about
that's come into me.
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking
You're
about
the guy from Psych that like pretends to be a jock because he's got a hot wife, but he's got that bookshelf and inside he tracks aliens. Yeah.
That's exactly who I am. I'm fucking Freddie Prinze Jr. I love me in with that guy any day of the week.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was Fred Jones in the live action Scooby Doo, man. He's married to Michelle Gellar. The Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy. He's married to Buffy, who was also Daphne in that movie. They're married in real life.
Dude, see, good for him.
Yeah. See, I knew that would get you on his side.
Yeah.
There you go. But I was thinking about like all the things that I tried and then quit. Fuck, I don't remember what the other one was though. I did do an archery stint for a minute.
I remember
that.
I feel like you liked archery.
I was good at it.
I feel like you
that was the
liked
problem,
it,
though.
But you hated going.
I mean, that you could say that about everything.
I think the only reason that you liked going was because there was a bookstore beneath it.
Yes, but the book outlet, shout out to a top-notch bookstore.
Still there?
No. It moved into the Boulevard Mall, but it closed very recently, actually.
Is that what moved into Hollister?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
There's something new there now.
I'm sure there is.
And I walked in there. And I was like, yeah, dude, this is still a Hollister.
I know,
I got to
man.
get the fuck out of here.
It's interesting how they could
It's like
do
a
that,
women's clothing store now. I think I was in
okay.
there with my girlfriend. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Sure. But the problem with archery was, honestly, I was too good.
Really?
Dude, I remember going in there and...
Were the other people ass? Or was it private lessons?
It was private lessons, so it was just me and like the owner. And probably the second time I shot, I got a bullseye. And I was like, I don't need to do this anymore. But so he was like, it looks like you got it. So he just left me alone in there for an hour.
And you would just shoot?
Yeah. And
Your first class?
Yeah.
And that's what you would do? You would just go in there
Yeah,
and shoot?
I had like 6 arrows and a little thing next to me. And I'd pick them up and I'd shoot them all. And then I'd go down and I'd grab them and I'd put them back in the little thing.
So he wasn't a very good teacher, huh?
No, he wasn't. But it was still fun. It's one of those things like you just want to. I want to see if I could do it. I just want to see if I could do it. Yeah.
I remember your archery stint.
I quit that. I quit soccer. Obviously, that was probably the earliest one.
Yeah, everybody quit soccer.
Bowling, you had to get out of there. That was pretty tough.
That was like, but again, bowling. You guys weren't going to the bowling for like the athletic prowess of it. You guys were going like to hang out and eat some French fries. Yeah. Which is why people bowl. And then if you turn out to be good at it while doing that, then you're like a good bowler.
Right, way to go.
If not, you're just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the Gen Pop, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good times, though.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. We could do the Who Would Win of the Week.
Yes, I suppose we should. The Who Would Win of the Week, God, I feel like people are going to come into this episode late or watch the clips and be like, why is the fucking frame so off? And it's because we're doing a little bit, dude. Relax.
Why is the frame off? I mean, I've been on the side the whole time. I was on the side when we got set up.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's just you. You're just.
I just went way to the right today.
Yeah, just sliding on down, dude.
Yeah.
Electric sliding on down.
I just started hard right.
The Who Would Win of the Week this week is Kevin Malone from The Office versus Peter Griffin. A couple of big old fatties boom-a-laddying up and down the streets, folks. I know, but I didn't know. I kind of lost track of my sentence there and let it get away from me. A couple of beautiful plus-size men,
dude. Kevin,
whose bodies are the most beautiful I've ever seen.
I feel like I feel like a lot of people are going to look at this in different ways because there's people that like love Family Guy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then obviously there's a big population that loves The Office. Kevin Malone is so funny, dude.
Yeah.
He has so many good lines. Like everybody knows Creed for his one-liners, but Kevin has a lot of good one-liners as well. And he just cracks me up. Like I was watching this is not even what has me thinking about this, but he says the stupidest shit all the time. One, it's hysterical when who the fuck does Michael marry?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Holly. When Holly first shows up and thinks that Kevin is like,
oh yeah, mentally disabled,
challenged, dude, hysterical.
Yeah,
but like, there's a Christmas episode where it's the one where Aaron gets really drunk and Andy follows Robert California home because Robert California's dropping her off. And he goes in to get Aaron, and he's like, have you eaten anything today besides candy canes? Like, you should probably eat some food. Like, do you want me to go get you some oatmeal? And she doesn't say a word, and Kevin's, like, across the room. And he's like, if somebody's making oatmeal, can they make me 1 pack of apple cinnamon and 1 pack of brown sugar in the same bowl with whole milk, please? And it, like, that's just a good line.
That's genius. That's not just a good line. That's genius.
Brown sugar is way better than apple cinnamon.
What are you talking about, brother? Apple cinnamon is why you get into the oatmeal game in the first place.
Dude, I eat a lot of oatmeal.
They stopped after apple cinnamon. That's why there's no new oatmeal flavors seen around, because they got to perfection and they cut it off.
What's the other one? What's the red packet?
I don't know. Some gross-ass dry shit.
Dude,
nobody cares.
What?
Strawberries and cream.
No. You were
not that one.
No.
That's
we're talking about the regular oatmeal, Quaker Emily.
Oats?
Quaker Oats, baby, the
Quaker
king of
Oats,
oatmeal.
Quaker Oats 3-pack, variety pack. I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah.
Quaker Oats.
Damn, Emily's got that look on her face like, I can't wait until these guys see how right I am. But I hope that you're not.
Well, so now they have more flavors. Like, this one's a
peaches. They got a peaches one?
Now they have
Why are we talking about oatmeal?
Now they have a peaches and cream one. That's like a peach color, obviously. No, the red one is cinnamon and spice.
Yes, that one's dry as fuck.
Is
that's
it?
Oh my god, dude. That's the one. You buy the variety pack and then you throw those away.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh great, I've got 9 days of oatmeal here, but you only eat the
this
3 maple brown sugar, the 3 apple,
cinnamon.
Throw them away. I'm telling you, Matthew.
Yeah, see, this is a good oatmeal pack right here. This is the protein oatmeal pack. Cinnamon, just straight up cinnamon.
Fair.
Maple brown sugar.
Nice.
Banana nut.
Ooh.
And then the 4 that you throw away.
That's a good oatmeal.
Cranberry almond. And I like the. I just don't like cranberries.
People might
like
cranberries.
Like that.
But I mean, there's no way it's worse than cinnamon and spice, though. That's a terrible, terrible oatmeal.
What's original? They have just dry ass oatmeal.
I think
fruit and cream. They do have a fruit and cream pack. Blueberries and cream, bananas and cream, strawberries and cream, peaches and cream.
Nice. The 4 creams.
But it's also not red. It's pink. Strawberries and cream. So Emily is actually wrong. She was wrong twice.
Well, it's not nice to make fun of the colorblind, but that's okay.
Emily's not colorblind.
For the first time ever. That might be true.
Somebody make a montage of times Emily was wrong.
I can't think of any, but I hope there are some.
Me too. Sorry. Back to the who would win.
Back to the who would win. Yes, I'm glad we got off on that oatmeal tangent, though, baby. That's what's going to sell this episode. Is the oatmeal content.
Another great Kevin scene is when Jim and Pam are on their honeymoon, and Kevin just starts working out of Jim. Well, not working, just like living out of Jim's office, and somebody calls Jim's phone, he answers, and it's the credit card company. They're like, hey, Mr. Helper, we have some reports that, like, your card is being charged in, like, the Dominican Republic, wherever they were for their honeymoon. Yeah. But it sounds like you're, like, not there, so we'll go ahead and cancel it. And he was like, no, don't cancel it. Maybe we could let him use it a little bit more or something like that. And then they cancel the card. So he calls Oscar in to ask what to do. He's like, I don't want to go to jail. He's like, Oscar, you would do fine in jail, but I can't go to jail. And Oscar's like, what do you mean? And Kevin's like, you don't know about jail? Oh, you would love jail. And like, dude, that's an all-time line.
You
don't know about jail? You would love jail.
That is good.
Yeah.
But the thing about Kevin that I think might help him in this fight is that, you know, he does seem like kind of a simple, gentle guy, but I think Kevin's got that dog in him. I think if it comes toe to toe, you know, he could let a little anger out. You know, Peter's the kind of guy that Kevin could really tee off on.
See, I disagree. I mean, I think you see Peter like fight the chicken and stuff like that.
That's a big one.
That's the obvious one, which makes me believe that we've done Peter Griffin before because I've used that.
We've done the chicken before.
We did the chicken.
but I know we haven't done Petey.
All right. Like Kevin, he's not a fighter, man. He is like, he loves to gamble and stuff like that, so he has a little bit of edge to him in that sense, like competitively. But dude, like another episode reference, but when he runs around the conference room when he's doing that like seminar for Andy, and he gets gassed doing 2 laps around the conference room, like there's just no way. And I'm sure Peter would get gassed too, like they both get gassed whenever they exercise or whatever. But I think Peter, the only thing is, like, I don't know, you know, in terms of like you put him in regular life, how big Peter Griffin is in terms of like height and stuff like that, but he looks like a pretty big dude. Like Kevin Malone is a big guy. He's tall too. He's just a unit of a human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Peter, I think, is, again, you know, like you said, very similar body type. But, you know, if what you say is true, and I know that it is, I know Kevin's a sweetheart. He really is.
He's a hoss. Kevin Malone is a hoss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. He fits into the hoss category. But Peter Griffin, because, again, like you said, they're both pretty big guys. They're both probably going to get winded at some point. But it seems like from what we see with Peter, when he gets really angry or when he gets fighting, that windedness kind of goes to the wayside. He's able to power through that just on like pure adrenaline.
Peter, you mean?
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin could do that. Like Kevin wouldn't care enough.
You know what? I do.
Dude.
I can see there being a point where Kevin is like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Can I give an
He's just
honorable
kinda
mention
laying
that would have been such a better fight, dude?
Why don't you just save it for next week or something?
Because it involves one of the people in this fight.
Okay.
But holy fuck, what a fight! You keep going. I gotta look something up first.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be tough for Kevin to match Peter's. You got to think about where Peter's coming from. You know, the Family Guy world is like a very violent place. You know, you got the chicken fights. People are always like smashing glass. People, some of the Family Guy, some of their scenes are like super gross. They'll do like a close up of somebody whose face has been like smashed in and stuff like that. Like that's you know, they get violent on there. They get down and dirty. And Kevin Malone, as much as I honestly want to believe that he could rise to the occasion, I do see him as more of a sweet boy, you know, just kind of a guy who maybe because of his size, his whole life, people have been like, you know, you got to get in here and, you know, be tough and play football or whatever. And he's like, dude, I just want to go sit around and think and look at butterflies or whatever and laugh and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
Kevin comes from a much more. I ignore that for now. That's not what I was thinking of. But that in this process, I thought of something for next
that's
week.
A good one.
Yeah. Kevin comes from a much more like sheltered lifestyle. I just don't think he could. I don't think he could
muster the juice.
I think Peter Griffin is much more. I think Peter Griffin would beat the shit out of him. I really do.
That's fair.
But dude, Kevin is so funny.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but he would get his ass kicked.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to make those jokes. The jokes aren't going to protect you from the fists.
No. And the thing is, he doesn't make jokes. He just has thoughts.
Right.
And they just happen to be funny to everybody else.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll lock in Kevin then, it sounds like.
No. Lock in Peter Griffin.
Oh, yeah, duh. Lock in
Come
Peter
on,
Griffin.
Man, I thought we were about to have to go to war, Balake.
I'm still keeping Kevin right here in my heart.
True enough.
My little pocket.
So lock in Peter Griffin. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week?
Very good.
Yeah.
You mentioned it last week with our little Steamboat Willie talk, because that's in the. I was wondering how Disney was going to do that.
What'd they do?
Well, because the Mickey Mouse, it was a. Sorry, I'm getting a little jumbled in my own head here, but it used to be the law was when something had been around for like 50 years,
it became public domain.
It became, yeah. And then the first time where Mickey Mouse started to get close to that, the law changed. Disney did a bunch of, what do they call that? Lobbying.
Yep.
And they got it changed. So now I was like, 100 years, dude. I don't know what are they going to do? Are they going to lobby to be able to push it even further? But it's really smart what they did, though, I think, is that, like, because now it's not Mickey Mouse that's copyright, free or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm saying that wrong. It's just Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, I knew that.
Right. But that's just a very interesting way to do it.
But like eventually it will also be Mickey Mouse.
Eventually, yeah. But they've saved themselves a little more time, at least for now.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come up with
something else. I'm surprised you can't get like exemptional status.
That's a slippery slope,
Well,
man.
I know, but like, dude, it's a common sense rule to me, right? Because Mickey Mouse is still like in use. Like he's still being used. He's still the face of something that is in action.
Yeah, I hear you.
Whereas most of the time, like after 100, not very many things last 100 years.
Damn straight.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's why, like, after 100 years, yeah, it should probably become public domain. But with something like that, that's still an institution, like, I don't know. Like, what else has been, that's a great example. We were talking about sports. Like, when the NFL gets to 100 years, like, when all those, dude, and actually, here's a perfect example of it. And I know logos have changed and stuff like that, but some have not. And, like, certain teams are now hitting their 100th year mark. And for actually, like, two teams that have, I believe, the only two teams that have already, I believe, are the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. So they've been around for 100 years. So does that mean the NFL no longer, like...
Good question.
So, like, somebody out there is doing something. I mean, I guess the logos changed a little bit, but, like, both of those teams are teams that really haven't had that much change.
Yeah.
Or then, so what? Can you just use, like, their throwback logo? Can anybody use that?
Right. It's a good question. We got to look into...
It is a good question.
I think this might become a licensing law podcast now. I think we might have to crack some books. Crack a couple Encyclopedia Britannicas and see what the deal is.
I don't know, man. I don't know. 'Tis what it is, man. 'Tis what it is. We don't have to talk about it because I got to do more research, but I do want to point out the fact that I think this whole underground Jewish people thing is fucking awesome. I know we talked about it a little bit beforehand.
Yeah, let's tell everybody what's going on.
See, that's the thing is I don't know enough about it. I just know that somewhere in New York City, some Hasidic or is it Orthodox? Hasidic Jewish people were tunneling under the streets and going full Bane. And I love that shit, dude. I wish it would have gone, dude. I wish it would have two things. One, I wish it either would have gone on for a lot longer, or two, I wish when they discovered it, they would have found out that like they had an entire network of like connecting tunnels around the city. Also, maybe they were just big National Treasure fans. I had that thought too. Like, you know what I mean? Because under a church is where they found
that's true.
The Templar's treasure. So maybe they were like...
Masons did it first, baby.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's what they were kind of up to. A lot of different possibilities. But I wish that it would have either like... I wish that when they found it, it was like, yeah, they have tunnels connecting like all
across
over Manhattan. Or like all over the boroughs.
Dude, it's like Batman.
Like, yeah, dude.
They like pop up at it. Because Emily said that the video she saw was a guy popping up from like behind the the newsstand or something.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
I don't know if that guy was just in the sewers or if that guy was escaping.
Well, I mean,
from the police, like from the other side.
Right. I mean, if he's got the hat.
But if you know anything about tunnel building under churches, you know that
it's a prime place for treasure.
No, it's that you know that there's going to have to be like an escape route just in case for collapsing.
Big time.
You know what I mean?
To
get oxygen in case of collapse.
Yeah. But again, depending on how large...
Listen,
we have no idea how large this Jewish tunnel network goes, man. It could span the continental U.S.
I don't think big enough.
I agree. You know, maybe we stopped them too soon.
That's what I'm saying. I wish, like...
But don't you think...
I wish they were tunneling everywhere.
Don't you think, though, if...
Like, you know how there's...
Word gets out that if, like, a tunnel gets discovered in New York, we're going to collapse like the exit of that tunnel. We're going to shut off that tunnel from the rest of the tunnel network so that they can't find our way to Arizona and stuff.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know how like sometimes you'll go somewhere, like if you're traveling for whatever reason, and like you'll just be at a place where there's like a huge community of Hasidic Jews like in that area. What if that's like what they're doing? Like,
digging?
They're tunneling, and then they're like, their family's like, yeah, we're going to hop off the tunnel here, and we're just going to set ourselves in rural Pennsylvania.
What we should do is, do you remember the song Dig a Tunnel, Dig a Tunnel from Lion King 1.5? Somebody should make an edit where all the meerkats have like the big hats and like the curly hairs and stuff. That's a pretty...
What do you mean somebody? You two have to do that.
It seems like a lot.
Yeah, but dude, that would be so funny, Andy.
You're right. We should find the time to do that.
You have to do that. No, you have to do that like right now. Like
I know.
While it's still relevant, in the next 48 hours, that has to be released.
It's time sensitive.
We have to have Dig a Tunnel, Andy.
Dig a tunnel.
I'm not kidding you. You have to have Dig a Tunnel, and you have to have the little spiralies too. You got to get the twirlies on them.
Dig a tunnel.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Or is that worth it? Is that?
No, it's
okay.
Yeah.
They have the yeah.
I said that as part of my initial pitch.
I knew you said the hat, but I want
the hat
the
and the whole. Yeah. Dig a tunnel.
Dude.
Dig a tunnel.
We fucking need
That's
Dig a Tunnel.
Baruch atah, dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. Spin the dreidel, spin the dreidel.
What was that? Quick before the Nazis come.
Well,
okay.
Now they probably had
motions, a ring camera.
Lion King 1.5, like in the back room of the church where like the kids would go for like
temple.
Yeah, like and they were
there
like,
might be something to this.
Yeah,
there might be something to this. Be like the meerkat.
Yeah,
the Jewish tunnel system. That's pretty awesome. It's just impressive that because obviously, do you know what the purpose of the tunnels was, Emily? Was that revealed at all?
I thought it was like they wanted to extend like what was considered like holy, like they wanted to have like one holy building attached to another and like the tunnel be holy, but like this half a group was trying to like take over the temple from this other group.
There's like tunnel game wars down there.
Yeah, there was a coup going on. They were gonna sneak attack the other building by digging. Because most people go
like
up,
a fucking
Andy.
Most
you know
people
what I mean?
go up. Most people go up.
You start going down.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah. That is the way to go.
The great white shark, right? Attacks from below.
Damn straight.
They were on to something.
Always said that Jews and Jaws. Yeah. Steven Spielberg, Jewish guys, get Alex Jones on the phone. It's all making sense.
Dig a tunnel, dig. Can that fade us out? Can that fade us out for the episode?
Oh, the song?
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. Yeah.
What was that? Classic.
Yeah.
All right.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.